David Burr, Pastor Mike, and Jerry for helping us all come together. I am Rabbi Nancy Myers, and I've been the rabbi of Temple Beth David in Westminster. This is my 22nd year. I've been an ordained rabbi. This is my 29th year being ordained. I do dye my hair, so I'm older than I look. It's an honor to be here. Pastor Mike has given us, strict time limitations of 6 minutes to describe what Judaism is to you, and Judaism has been around for thousands of years, so I'm going to give it a go. So, the best way that I can do this is a teaching in the Talmud. It's one of our sacred works, and one of the things about the Talmud, it contains different viewpoints of different sages and different rabbis debating and arguing with each other. And one of the pairs of sages is Hillel and Shammai. They had very different approaches to religious practice and people. And in a famous teaching, there was a man who wanted to convert to Judaism. He came to Shammai and said, I want to convert to Judaism, but on the condition that you teach me the entirety of Judaism while standing on one foot. Shammai said, that's ridiculous! I'm so insulted. He had a stick and chased the man out. The same man went to the sage Hillel and said, I would like to convert to Judaism on the condition you teach me all about Judaism while standing on one foot. Hillel then stood on one foot and said, what is hateful to you, do not do to others. All the rest is commentary. Go and study it. What is hateful to you, don't do to others. It's an inversion, of the golden rule, but it's much more practical when you think about it. What we don't like, what is distasteful to us, make sure that we don't do it to another human being. So it's a foundation of ethics and morality. And that gets to what does it mean to be a Jew? And what it means to be a Jew is complicated. On the one hand, it is clearly a religion. We have our dogma, our beliefs, and our religious practices. People can convert into Judaism. It is a religion, but yet there's a component of race, meaning traditionally, I'm a Jewish woman, I give birth to my children, they are Jews, even if they never step foot in a synagogue, even if they never believe in God. That's weird. In the Reform movement, we accept patrilineal descent, where if either parent is Jewish and they raise their kids as a Jew, they're Jewish. The Nazis took it to a whole nother extreme, the racial identity, where if just one grandparent was Jewish, they would round our people up, and send them to the concentration camp. Regardless of that, there's definitely a racial component, it's a religion, but it's also an ethnicity. What do I mean by that? We have a language called Hebrew. We have culture and food and literature and poetry. It was very interesting. I grew up with my parents debating over the dinner table about my ancestors from Russia, and the question was, were they Russian or were they Jewish? On their identification card it said Jewish, because they weren't allowed to have that identity. So it's complicated what it means to be a Jew. I even have friends who proudly associate and identify as Jews, but they don't go to temple ever. Then you get into the foundational elements of Judaism, and the best phrase that I can say, it comes out of our Mishnah, Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omed, Al HaTorah, Ve'al HaAvodah, Ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. The world stands on three things. One of them, Torah. Torah. What is Torah literally? It's the 5 books of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. But it's so much more than that for Jews. We've been around, as I mentioned, for thousands of years, so we have a lot of religious and sacred works. The Torah is part of what we call the Bible. Christians call it the Old Testament. And then we have a corpus of rabbinical works like the Mishnah, the Talmud. We have incredible works that were created in the Middle Ages of commentaries and mysticism and philosophy and theology that has continued into the modern day. So we are a people of learning, of study. And that came in handy because there were many times our people had to move around the globe. There's so many examples of when our people were expelled famously from Spain in 1492. We were expelled from Portugal and from England. We were expelled from many other nations around the Mediterranean. You can't take things with you, but you can take your knowledge and you can take your learning with you. And that study of Torah is translated into a value of education. The world rests on avodah, that's religious practice as well. That is holidays and kashrut and prayer. And then, I see Pastor Mike, the last one is giving chasadim. He's so gentle but insistent. Acts of loving kindness, how we treat each other with ethics and bringing people together and the moral underpinnings of our religion. So, thank you very much for listening to me.
Good evening. We're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm Felix, this is Jerry, and this is Alice, and we're presenting a song called I Know That My Redeemer Lives. So in our religion, we believe in Jesus Christ, and we know that He died for us, and He was resurrected, and He still lives, and He's watching over us, and He blesses us, and He guides us every day. So I hope you enjoy the song, I Know That My Redeemer Lives. sing.